17th June. It's 10 past 32 minutes. Have you seen this? It's a mosque. This is a mosque. We worship a God who created heaven and earth. The God who made these trees, who made these clouds, who made the sun, and everything in the universe. That God is the master of the universe. If you are a witch and you go to a church or a mosque and you need any help, you have to go to church. If you are a witch, let's say you are a police officer, you want protection, you have to go to church. Because our God, Allah, made heaven and earth and everything in the universe. All genies, all powers, all angels, all demons, Allah made them. He made even animals. Do you know my problem with the witches? Why I keep on insulting them? And the demons. You worship a God who made heaven and earth in this church. He made your body and soul. He made you a demon. Your next life, you became a cockroach. Instead of going to church or mosques to pray for God to change it for you, they come to me. When I'm eating, they put cockroaches on the food spiritual. That is the demons and the galaxy. It's not physical, spiritually, for solution to their problem. If you know the God you worship, who made your body and soul, the clouds, the sun, and the whole universe, cannot help you, why do you keep on going there? That is my argument. If you know that God cannot help you, why do you keep on going there, giving offering, paying $57 million for world's most expensive pit in the area of the parliament, Ghana Parliament, of United Nations? That is my argument. That is the reason why I always do video. You go to mosques. Allah made heaven and earth, the clouds, the sun, the trees, all life. If you want help, you go to rivers. If you know the rivers can help you than the church, why don't you worship the rivers and leave the church? Because the way you are campaigning the God you worship, that is not what happens spiritually. If you think nobody saw you, all the houses, those with spiritual eye built it. All those who own cars, they are people with spiritual eye. Those who buy in the market, they are spiritual people. And there are many than those who don't see what you do. All those who save their money in banks, they from the commercial bank, they are spiritual people. This is my argument. This is my argument. The reason why I keep on fighting witches. Why do you always follow lies? Someone claims he's a musician. He don't know song. You come and learn songs from me spiritually. Why don't you let the original person do? And the demons who are saying you are cursed, visiting volcano. Today you went to the volcano in abroad. I've made my poultry farm. I name Manish to look after it. The one called Lucifer is not for you. You come to my poultry farm, make yourself a god there, and you can't do anything for them. So they come to me spiritually, calling me the source for solution to their problem. And they go to rivers. And if the rivers don't help them, they pollute the waters. If you know you cannot be a god, why do you envy someone? You are cursed because you steal from me. Instead of you to steal this property and be cursed and become a cockroach, why don't you do your own job like the way this man is doing his own job? This man, he's doing his own job. No one will curse him. He sells his own clothes. He sells his own food. He drives his own car. That one is better than to steal from someone and be cursed and become a cockroach. That is why the curse cannot break. If you put those cockroaches in my food spiritually, it cannot free you because you are guilty. Someone have made his planet. I came from the middle of the sun to create life. I came from this sun. The middle of the sun to create life. You envy my properties. So the dog is lying, I'm his son. The serpent is lying, I'm his son. They cut me into two, drop half of my body to Ghana, no man the post office, where that DM school is. And they say, my eyes see the universe. So they will share it for all the witches and damage my eye and call me Dajjal. And turn me to a snake and call me the book of Revelation serpent. I'm not a snake, I have eye already. I came from the middle of the star, the sun. So how am I your biological son? Why do you always follow lies? You people, are you okay? Why do you always follow lies? Because if you have a God who made this sun, and you worship him in this church, you don't have to go to someone spiritually that you need his eye to see the universe and falsely accuse him he's Dajjal. So you damage his eye because your God, Allah, made heaven and earth. But you don't believe in him. That is why you come to me. The serpent visiting the volcano. I came from the middle of the sun to create lives. You envy my power, telling Muslims to call me Dajjal and say you damage my eye and use my eye to see the universe. When witches parasite your eye, they damage it to do church and be ahead of me and be rich before me. So I should find something else to do. Somebody's eye, you envy it. Why don't you let God give you eye like the way Allah gave eye to Nabi Isa, Nabi Nuhu, Nabi Ismaila, Nabi Yusuf, Nabi. Why do you always lie? The chief imam in Saudi. Think about this. The last words of Prophet Muhammad, I'm ending it. He said, don't take anything of someone unless it's given freely. If you see the weak among you who don't see spiritually, feed them with what you eat. Give them the clothes you wear. One day you will meet your God and you will be account for your actions. What belongs to your brother belongs to you. That is the will Prophet Muhammad left for you. You envy people. You envy someone brought from the middle of the sun to the sea. And half of his body was brought to Ghana. You need his eye to see the universe. And you are falsely accusing him he's Dajjal. So you damage his eye. And falsely accusing him he's a serpent. So you use rabies. If you are a witch and you transform to a snake, it's rabies. When a dog bites you, you back. To turn him to a snake. Meanwhile, the person is not a snake. When the person curses you, you go to the volcano in abroad that have been cursed. I've made my poultry farm. I've given it to Anish, the one called Lucifer, to look after it. You have taken it for yourself, that as you find something else to do. Is this your poultry farm? The demons, they are abroad. If you do that, no one will respect you, because those following you know good and bad. That is why they don't obey you. Let me end the video here.